This video is brought to you by Warby Parker. So, what are VTubers? Well, the word itself means virtual YouTuber. Though YouTube isn't the only platform you'll see VTubers on. As a matter of fact, these online entertainers are all over the web, and they come in every shape and size. Aliens, cartoons, animals, 2D, 3D, and of course, anime girls. Lots and lots of anime girls. And let me tell you folks, VTubers have exploded in popularity over the past few years and show no sign of slowing down. It's easily one of the fastest growing genres of the internet, both for creators and audiences alike. Motion capture software and technology that allow everyday people to don their online personas and VTuber models as they chat with their audiences. Honestly, the story of the birth and rise of VTubers is very interesting, as a big part of it only happened a few years ago and continues to take shape to this very day. But why the success? How did VTubers become so wildly popular in such a short amount of time? And why the appeal at all to begin with? Questions I seek to answer in this video. There's something to be said about witnessing a genre of entertainment that still remains largely untapped and has a big future ahead of it. Hell, I even got my own VTuber model for this video. Look at me. I'll be seeing you in your dreams tonight, standing in the corner with my front face and eyes. So, let's take a closer look at the explosive, emerging online world of VTubers. So, what are the origins of VTubers? When, where, and how did they first come into existence? Well, pinning down where VTubers started is somewhat difficult, mainly because drawing the line of what is and isn't strictly a VTuber can be open to interpretation. Also, the history of VTubers is surprisingly deep, and all within a short period of time. Strap in, folks. We're about to have a VTubing history lesson. Alright, so in 1929, no, I'm just joking, as far back as 2010, visual novel publisher Nitro Plus began uploading videos to their YouTube channel, advertising their new releases by giving their company's mascot an animated avatar and personality, similar to how modern VTubers work. The following year, 2011, YouTuber Ami Yamato used a 3D model composited into live-action footage to simulate traditional vlogging videos with an animated twist, and continues to upload videos to this very day. Even a year before the first true VTuber debuted, Mattel ran an advertising campaign for Barbie that largely followed the same general concept. And of course, using an avatar to represent you on the internet is nothing new. I mean, who would do that? There are countless examples scattered throughout the history of the web, of content creators, both big and small, masking their identity behind a character, though this presentation of oneself was usually just a visual representation of the real-life person, rather than strictly a fictional persona, though of course that had happened before as well. On top of that, you have virtual idols like Hatsune Miku, who have been performing for years now, though in a far different venue than YouTube. Which begs the question of how important the tube part of VTuber is, especially when so many of them stream on other platforms besides YouTube. Still, most people would agree that primarily live-streamed or recorded content in a more scaled-down presentation style, ideally with a chat, is what is key to differentiating a VTuber from a more general virtual idol or a simple avatar. And who was the first one to set that expectation? Well, that would be Kizune Ai, whose name I hope I'm saying correctly. Considered by many to be the first contemporary VTuber, as well as the one who coined the phrase virtual YouTuber itself, Kizune Ai is a product of Tokyo-based digital production company Activate. Kizune Ai uses a 3D model of a cute moe-style anime girl, animated via motion capture and professional voice acting to create content similar to what a traditional vlogger would produce. Video diaries, let's plays, interviews, QA sessions, live streams, and more. With new content posted almost daily. Her debut video was on November 29th, 2016, and she has exploded in popularity since then. As of right now, Kizune Ai is one of the most popular VTubers on YouTube, with nearly 3 million subscribers on her main channel, over 1.5 million on her gaming channel, 3 million followers on TikTok, and 1 million more followers on a Chinese social network called Bilibili. To understand Kizune Ai's meteoric rise, it's important to keep in mind that she isn't just a hollow animated avatar. Kizune is a character with a personality, history, ambitions, likes, dislikes, personality quirks, verbal tics, everything you would expect from any other vlogger putting themselves out there online. Her personality seems to have been heavily considered by Activate, though how much is actively managed by the company and how much has been emergent in response to fans is hard to say. Her first video was an introduction, where she greeted her viewers, revealed that she knew that she was virtual, and claimed to be an advanced AI program trying to better understand humans. She described her dream of someday being in a legitimate television commercial, a goal which has since then been realized multiple times over. All of this makes her a relatable person, in a similar vein to traditional vloggers who share genuine snapshots of their lives, combined with the innate appeal and ingrained fandom of anime, creating a character that feels real, but whose aesthetic is almost hyper-real, extending into a fandom and removing the disconnect that can come from projecting fandom onto a real flesh and blood person. Kizune Ai, and VTubers in general, occupy this strange gray area where you know they aren't real, but they feel real, and that genuine nature makes the idealized character even more appealing. While there are obviously voice actors, motion capture actors, and other performers behind the scenes contributing to Kizune Ai, the project, these people remain behind the scene in order to keep the illusion of Kizune Ai, the person, as intact as possible. Now, if you came into this video with any knowledge of VTubers at all, you've probably heard the name Hololive. Perhaps you've also heard of Nijisanji. Both are large, virtual YouTuber talent agencies that contributed massively to expanding and further refining what people expect from a contemporary VTuber. Hololive Productions is by far the largest, most recognizable VTuber talent agency. They're owned by an even larger corporation, Cover, a massive Japanese tech entertainment company. Hololive was originally not a VTuber talent agency, but a piece of software developed by Cover in 2017 that allowed for real-time facial capture and animation, both for VR and AR applications for smartphones, most notably the iPhone X. As the popularity of Kizune Ai and other VTubers grew, Cover realized that they had a fantastic opportunity to leverage their technology to jump onto the bandwagon, and jump they did. Beginning in 2018, Cover pivoted Hololive from merely an application to an entire business to facilitate the creation of their own virtual YouTuber talent, mirroring the format made popular by Kizune Ai. They use their Hololive application to animate 3D models and create pre-recorded content similar to the format used by Activate. Because of the vast resources Hololive and its owners possess, they operate at a scale not possible for independent VTubers, also trying to ape Kizune Ai's format that weren't partnered with an agency and have used that funding to create merchandise, produce music, and host live 3D events that make its talent stand out against the sea of VTubers that have made their debut since the success of Kizune Ai. While she remains one of the most popular VTubers, the combined talent under the Hololive banner dwarfs Kizune Ai, having amassed over 43 million total subscribers, spread out over their 52 performers. They began small in 2017, however, launching their very first performer being Tokino Sora, a 3D VTuber that was very much so in the same vein of Kizune Ai's styling, with full motion capture and pre-recorded content. A few months after Hololive got started, in 2018, Nijisanji was also getting itself off the ground as well. Considered Hololive's largest competitor, they handle far more individual talent, At the time of recording this video, they represent 143 different virtual YouTubers, but spread amongst a collectively smaller, but still impressive 30 million combined subscribers. Unlike Kazuni Ai, which used a fully modeled 3D character with complex motion capture data, Nijisanji would popularize a more simplistic, but still very effective, method of VTuber avatar. They would leverage a commercial piece of software called Live 2D to create their VTubers. By using a 2D drawing of the avatar, broken up into carefully planned segments, Live 2D could subtly scale and rotate each individual piece in concert with each other to simulate three-dimensional movement and basic facial tracking, such as eye blinking and lip syncing. While this led to a much more limited range of motion capture than a fully 3D setup, it allowed for a much simpler production process that, once configured, could largely be helmed by a single person and produced in real time. The simplicity of Nijisanji's VTuber pipeline allowed them to double down on a type of content that both Hololive and Kazuni Ai at this point were largely ignoring: live streaming. Since their pipeline was using real-time facial capture on a comparatively simple puppet, they could have their talent create not just pre-recorded vlogs and Let's Plays for YouTube, but stream in real time, conversing with the chat, and having far more dynamic interactions with the audience, giving people direct access to idols in a way that had never really existed before. Most of Nijisanji's VTubers would stream for a few hours at a time, mostly playing video games and fielding questions from the chat, as opposed to the short 10-minute highly edited and produced segments that Kazuni Ai popularized and Hololive emulated. This new, more dynamic formula proved massively popular for Nijisanji, and it wasn't long before Hololive caught on and launched a new wave of gaming VTubers that followed an almost identical format, including the simplified Live 2D rigs. And even Kazuni Ai would start live streaming as well, while still using her 3D avatar. Needless to say, VTubers were about to explode in popularity, both with their audiences and with their users.
So many of you! Oh my god!
Now, despite the massive growth in the VTuber industry between Kazuni Ai's debut in 2016 and 2020, there was still a rather strong limiting factor. Kazuni Ai, Hololive, and Nijisanji are all based entirely in Japan, and as a result, all the VTubers they managed spoke primarily in Japanese. Now, that did not stop her appeal from reaching outside the country, and just like with any other Japanese properties like anime or tokusatsu, a large fan-driven subtitling community flourished, making VTuber videos more accessible to people not fluent in Japanese. As the landscape changed from shorter videos to live streams, the raw scope of what was needed to be translated became much larger and, by extension, much more difficult. Though that did not stop the community from powering through the task regardless. Kazuni Ai's popularity outside her home country became so significant that, starting in 2020, Activate added official English translations to all of her uploads, though subtitles were only a stopgap solution. It was clear there was a demand for native English-speaking VTubers, and while Kazuni Ai was only a single VTuber and already cemented in her format, agencies like Hololive were poised to meet the demand. Recognizing the increasing demand in the English-speaking market for VTubers, in late 2020, Hololive announced an English subset of talent under the name of Hololive English, or Hololive EN. They themed their first wave of VTubers around mythological character tropes called Holomyth. The 5 inaugural English Hololive talents were Mori Calliope, Takanashi Kira, Ninomai Inagnis, Watson Amelia, and Gargura. And while all of these VTubers did incredibly well for Hololive, Gargura was next level. Gargura is currently the most popular VTuber on YouTube, and is the poster child for Hololive EN. Depicted as a petite girl with a shark tail and pointy shark-like teeth, Gura is a descendant of Atlantis, hence the myth theme, who got bored with her Spartan Atlantean lifestyle and swam to the surface world, where she bought her shark-themed outfit. Gura's personality is friendly, energetic, and a bit scatterbrained. She has a tendency to forget things she just said or did. For example, stating her age in her debut stream as 9,361, apparently Atlanteans live for a long time, but only a few seconds later, Gura forgot the number she stated and decided that she was actually 9,927. She frequently mispronounces words on stream, oh, I feel that, and often confuses her left and her right while playing games, and has a long track record of botching even the most simplistic math problems. Despite claims of the opposite, she also has fits of gamer rage when she loses at a video game. Probably her most famous gaffe was from her debut stream, where she was 12 minutes late because of a technical issue. When she finally appeared, she simply said, "Ah," before disappearing again and bringing the intro animation for the stream back up. A was itself a reference to Gura's first tweet, which simply stated the same thing with zero context. The two incidents combined to cement the letter A as Gura's first and most popular meme. Now, despite her slip-ups, Gura is quick-witted, able to roll with the punches, and dish out friendly banter right back at her stream whenever they give her flack for her flubs in-game or when she's acting ditzy. She also seems to be pretty well dialed into internet culture, referencing memes and tap dancing on the line with lewd jokes in a way that doesn't feel corporate or cringy.
Boy, I hope these Mori melons sure turn out big and juicy and bountiful. We can make so many delicacies.
Overall, she's just an incredibly likable character, whose genuine, friendly nature and benign character flaws can quickly endear herself to anyone who stumbles upon her stream. The insane speed at which Gura skyrocketed to success is unbelievable. Her first stream was on September 13th, 2020. On October 20th, 39 days after her debut, she had reached 1 million subscribers, becoming the first of Hololive's talent, not just Hololive EN, to reach that milestone, and the third VTuber to reach it at all. And on July 4th, 2021, Gura reached 3 million subscribers, being the first VTuber ever to do so, and currently gains around 10 to 20,000 new subscribers every day. And while Gura may lead the charge on Hololive EN, she's hardly an anomaly. As of writing, currently every Hololive EN VTuber has over 1 million subscribers. With numbers like that, it's clear that VTubers aren't just a Japanese trend anymore, and people in the States took notice. Started in August of 2020 and launched in November of that year, VSojo is a US-based VTuber talent agency. Unlike nearly all the VTubers based out of Japan, VSojo focuses primarily on building its talent streaming on Twitch, using YouTube mostly to host clips from streams. That makes sense, considering that one of the company's co-founders, Justin Ignacio, was a founding member that started Twitch and worked for the company from 2011 to 2018. Along with YouTuber Philip Fortunat, I want to say your nickname instead, Motendu, they created a platform to empower the English-speaking VTuber community that focused on creator freedom, giving their talent a bit more flexibility and how they presented themselves compared to the more strictly regimented style of the likes of Hololive and Nijisanji. The talent is free to design their avatars in any style they like, and any medium, leading to a mix of both 2D and 3D VTuber models. VSojo is much smaller than the Japanese-based agencies, having only 8 VTubers sign with them. But those 8 still cover over 2 million subscribers on Twitch, and over 1.2 million on YouTube. Another notable difference in VSojo's business model is that not all of their VTubers are in-house talent. They also signed independent VTubers to work for them. Most notably would be Iron Mouse and Project Melody, a virtual performer well known for her, well, more risque portfolio of work, though everything she does with VSojo is strictly safe for work. A rather interesting aspect to the entire VTuber trend is that, unlike nearly every other online phenomenon, VTubers were from the very beginning a corporate concept, rather than something that sprang up naturally from the web itself, only to be eventually bought out by big business once the medium reached critical mass. With this in mind, it makes things like Kizune Ai's desire to be in a commercial from her inaugural video a bit more understandable. There have been corporate desires present in the space from the very beginning. Watching streamers like Gura and noticing the Hololive EN tag on her and her companion streams, and the occasional live editing coming from an off-screen manager monitoring her streams and reeling her in if she steps out of her boundaries.
Manager San has just given me the bonk stick. Bonk.
creates a subtly different atmosphere compared to the more common independent streamers on Twitch and YouTube. It can threaten to break the illusion that these agencies otherwise go through painstaking lengths to mask. These characters aren't just people, but brands the agencies are looking to grow and continually monetize. In that regard, VTubers bear a strong resemblance to one of Japan's more controversial businesses, the idol industry. The idol industry is a long-standing business in Japan, going all the way back to the 1960s. However, it wasn't until the mid-90s to the early 2000s that idol agencies decided it would be more profitable to cater the image and personalities of their talent almost exclusively to the anime and otaku demographic, as they determined this demographic to make for the most fervent fans, and subsequently spend the most money. So it seemed almost inevitable that, as technology improved, instead of trying to make an idol that appeals to people that liked anime, they'd just make the idol anime itself. The DNA of the traditional idol business is pretty apparent in VTubers, if you take the time to look for it. Much like traditional idols, VTubers have managers they work closely with that have tight control over what the talent can and cannot do. While all VTubers are marketed primarily to otaku, the reason these agencies employ so many performers is so that they can cover as wide of a range as sub-niches within the otaku fandom as possible, creating each new character to have specific traits, gimmicks, and personality quirks that have been deemed a profitable niche to pursue. As a VTuber's popularity grows, their agency creates merchandise of all kinds for fans of these sub-niches to buy. Frequently, VTubers will endorse products or appear in advertisements. And most notably, the most popular VTubers will have a music career kickstarted by their agency, debuting highly produced music videos tied to singles and entire albums for purchase. Kizuni Ai has a massive list of promotional credits to her name, multiple singles available, along with a full album called Hello World, and a fair bit of videos and products promoting it. She has also appeared in multiple advertisements in Japan. Just a handful of examples include 2 dedicated videos to Chizotaki, then this campaign for Nissin Cup Noodles, then a collaboration with a Japanese cosmetic company that released limited edition perfume. I mean, Kizuni Ai is currently in the top 60 influencers in all of Asia, as well as the face of the Japan National Tourism Organizations with the Come to Japan campaign. But merchandise and product placement isn't just limited to Kizuni Ai. On June 22nd, 2021, Gargura released her first single, Reflect, which gained 1 million views in just 10 hours. And this was despite being released earlier than announced. In a panic, Gura's VA demanded her manager release a track in the middle of the night over her paranoia over its release and reception. 4 days later, it had surpassed 5 million views. On July 30th, 2021, Gura also partnered with Taco Bell to promote their nacho fries on a promoted stream, while also appearing on a poster in the background of Taco Bell's anime promotional video for the item Fry Force. Her mention of Taco Bell on stream created a frenzy as fans ran out to buy the product and then at the VTuber on social media with proof, just because Gargura mentioned it. Now, a key difference between VTubers and more traditional idols that contributed to their rise was the aforementioned rise of the live nature of the platform. Traditional idols are purposely kept at an enormous distance from their fans. Outside of strictly monitored meet and greet events that are heavily monetized, traditional idols were a very one-way street in terms of interaction. They were a pure, heavily regulated celebrity that their fans could appreciate from afar. Here's the thing though, VTubers completely upended that relationship, with direct interaction becoming the most common way people interact with the idol, via super chats and donations monetized by their agency. VTubers seem to have a bit more legroom in terms of personal expression because they mostly perform live, with many VTubers cursing or using excessive language during streams, which is generally frowned upon behavior of a traditional idol. Some VTubers even forgo the entire pure persona, with some being very lewd and vulgar on stream, as they demean their chat and generally act more aggressive. though this is probably less giving the performers more leeway, and just the agency's understanding that, like it or not, there's an audience for that kind of interaction. Another positive difference from the traditional idol culture is that because a VTuber is a fictional character, the talent behind them does not seem to have the same extremely strict anti-dating policy that has made headlines for its controversial nature in traditional idol contracts. While often traditional idols are banned from having any kind of dating life due to it being considered bad for business, much of an idol's marketing is built around them being pure, being an unsullied girl that is, as disgusting as this sounds, available to her swarms of more lonely fans. So when news breaks that an idol was actually secretly dating someone, that can be catastrophic to the idol's career and personal life, as angry superfans can react negatively to the news. Obviously, this point is rather moot for a character who was never real to begin with, but that has not stopped some of the more enthusiastic members of a VTuber's audience from projecting these expectations onto completely virtual characters. Like any other streamer or internet personality, VTubers have a tendency to generate parasocial relationships among their audience, where an audience member gets to know the creator through the work they produce, and over time, begins to view that person as someone familiar, as their content becomes part of the audience member's routine. This all while the creator has no idea that this increasingly invested fan even exists. It's an imbalance of emotional stakes that, at times, can create some uncomfortable and even destructive situations. As an example of all of these vestigial expectations colliding with parasocial relationships, look no further than with VTuber Tokiyami Toa. During one of her streams, a Discord call wasn't properly muted, and a male voice could be heard during her stream for around 40 seconds. The result of this was an outrage from many fans, and a harassment campaign on social media ensued. While audio hiccups are a pretty common, benign occurrence in most streams, here, Toa was still, intentionally or not, carrying the expectation of being a pure, available idol in the minds of some of her most rabid fans. And even the implication that she might have some sort of male connection was enough to shatter the parasocial fantasy that these more deluded fans have concocted. And their response was swift and harsh. Arguably, the most shocking part of this controversy was that Hololive didn't even defend Toa, instead suspending her from streaming for a week and issuing a public apology to her fans, with Toa herself issuing a personal apology as well, which shows that perhaps VTuber talent agencies are more than happy to tacitly uphold these expectations, as they create more emotionally invested fans who are, as a result, all the more eager to spend. There isn't much known about the details of how VTuber contracts work in general. No talent agency is very upfront with the stipulations of the contracts their talents are working under. We don't know what percentage the agency might take from super chats and other donations during streams, or what specific responsibilities or expectations an agency has to any VTubers under their banner, if anything at all. Other than the ever-nebulous corporate promise of exposure, it's not exactly clear what a VTuber is getting themselves into when partnering with an agency like Hololive or Nijisanji. Though with the numbers these talent agencies have, they must be doing something right. Now, despite the majority of the most popular VTubers being tied to either corporate entities or agencies like Hololive, there's nothing stopping anyone with an internet connection and some gumption to make a VTuber persona of their very own. MMD is freeware that anyone can access, and Live2D is commercial software with subscription plans that start at $18 a month to use. As the VTuber trend has gained momentum, more and more options for getting started on your own have popped up. FaceRig, Luppet, and Wakaru are just a few of the multitude of solutions for users. 2D, 3D, anime girls, animal avatars, lots of variety. In addition, a subset of an even simpler VTuber style has been growing that makes the format all the more accessible. Originally based on a feature buried in Discord's developer options, reactive image tubers, or PNG tubers, use a far simpler method of character rigging, foregoing facial and motion tracking entirely, and simply reacting to whether the user is speaking or not by monitoring mic activity, and then toggling between two PNG images of a character, usually speaking and not speaking, hence the format's name. this is far easier to create an avatar for, and applications like GazoTuber allow the format to be used outside of Discord. According to the VTuber Super Chat data analysis from Neptunia, as of January 2020, there were over 10,000 active VTubers, though most of them are far smaller than the likes of Kazuni, with less than 1,000 subscribers. This number has certainly grown, even more in the 20-something months since, as the trend has become even more popular. Clearly, there's something about this format that appeals to people on both sides of the screen, that inspires them to take the extra effort to create a character, instead of simply hooking up a webcam and actively suspending their disbelief to engage with an animated puppet as if it was a real person. Ignoring the obvious corporate motivation that is driving the money supporting the business side of virtual YouTubers, I think the appeal of VTubers from the creator side, what motivates normal people to take the time out of their day to try and create a character for themselves just for fun, is pretty simple. They let you be who you want to be online, rather than being stuck with the you actually are. As the web became more mainstream and social networks really started to become all-encompassing, we began to shift away from screen names and avatars to creating accounts with their own actual names, faces, and locations. It was a paradigm shift that seemed at the time to be a way to solidify the internet as a legitimate platform for both work and play. But the last few years especially have shown that much of this was merely a ploy to collect massive amounts of personal data from millions of users for profit, with a knock-on effect of exposing people's personal lives to the scrutiny of strangers, leaving many people scrambling to reclaim a sense of privacy in their online interactions. VTubers, and their more simplistic counterparts, are a way to retain the genuine two-way conversational nature that streaming and social networking allowed, while also reclaiming some of the safety and creative freedom that we used to see in the early days of the internet. This allows you to simultaneously be yourself as well as being someone else entirely. After all, what is a VTuber persona if not an avatar and username that allows you to talk back? As for the appeal from the consumer side, I think that's pretty clear as well. All of these talent agencies from the very beginning have clearly and openly been targeting otaku culture with this stuff. So it makes complete sense that those people would find all the things they love about their favorite anime girls brought to life in real time to be all the more captivating. Aside from that, it's the same reason live streaming and vlogging in general became so popular. We're social creatures, and we enjoy connecting with each other. Hololive Ian debuted in the middle of a pandemic, when many people were locked inside and potentially unemployed with hours to burn. The long-format nature of streaming and the constant back and forth with the chat allows VTubers to have all the same sway an accessible celebrity would otherwise have, with the added appeal of bringing the full power of the anime aesthetic to bear. Guys, your waifu is basically real, and with a significant enough super chat, she might even notice you.
Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much.
Hi, yeah, look at me. I'm one of those cool VTubers from YouTube, I think. I've been wanting to do this for a moment. I've been wanting to actually like get into a stream with the VTuber model and check out other VTuber models. By the way, my VTuber model was done by Befish. She is great. She taught me a lot about VTubers, and she does her own VTuber like commission. So go check her out if you're interested in commissioning your own model. It was a very fun process, and she's very professional and great. So shall we? Shall we begin? Okay, so let's judge this VTuber. I like the ears. All right, it's shut up. It is, and not because of why you think, all right? But I do think this is a cute model. I forgot not. I didn't judge the last two because I'm dumb. But I like the ears. I like the glasses. It's cute. It is pretty. Oh, whoa! That's cool seeing the hair move around. I like that. I give this 4 furry ears out of 5. That's what I give it. All right. It's pretty. Whoa! The hands move. Did you see the hands move? That was awesome. What's on the head? Is that a Pepe hat? You know, I just realized this person is drawing art. Have you all ever heard of art before? It's pretty cool. What do I give them? 4 out of 5. Yeah. Well, look at that. It's also their birthday. They got a little birthday hat. I'm envious. I wish I had a hat. I feel woefully unprepared and lacking compared to these people with hats and pepes. You're getting 5 out of 5. I like this. Man, VTubing, streaming, and video games at the same time. How do you multitask? I couldn't do it. What do you all think? I like the eyes are shiny. I'm noticing some other physics mechanics on the model. I mean, if you're gonna be anime, you might as well be all on. 3 out of 5. You're clipped off on the side. Who does that? You have to take pride in your work, like me, professional VTuber Saberspark extraordinaire. You have to learn from me, Wikipedia me, and you can learn about my VTuber arm crossing techniques. Okay, anime, live ASMR. What? VTubing ASMR? That's a thing? Is there an appeal to this for ASMR VTubing? That's an interesting combo, right? There's a bird on her head. That's pretty good. I like that. This little squishy bird moves. That's pretty good. I like the bird. It's a dog. Finally, an animal. And not just like an anime girl with like ears. I do wonder when we're gonna get to the place where it's like the really wild VTuber models. What the hell?
El teléfono nada más le dan clic en la pantalla y le dan donde dice compartir y es todo.
What is this? I think it's cute. You guys are like, yo, you would.
Naruto, I promise when I return, I'll be a better sensei.
Oh god, is this Naruto fan readings? We gotta go. I didn't know that Gordon Ramsay was a VTuber model.
Thanks, guys. Oh, a lot of you didn't see this debut on Friday, so I'm showing it off here.
All right, so I know what everybody's thinking, all right? Guys, listen, I know what everybody's thinking. I do, all right? I know that some of you have church problems, and I know she's a nun, so stop making a big deal out of it. I feel like I'm about to get struck by lightning from God. What's cute? Oh, there's a hand. There's a hand rubbing on her head. Oh god. Here, I'm gonna turn my head around and see what. Whoa, this person's popular. They're really popular. Good god.
I remember my 20s long, long ago in an ancient time. But now that I am in my 30s, I'm gonna try and trump that whole decade. Look out, world!
How fucking dare you? How dare you? I feel like I'm being put on trial. I came here to judge, not to be judged. That's a pretty cute intro screen. Man, my intros are just...
Bitch, you wanna come in here and effing fight? Is that what you want, huh? You wanna fight me? Is that what you want? Listen, I'll throw down, hoe down, and suck down, okay? I got all those. I'll do all of those, okay? You don't even know me. You don't even know.
All right.
Master, afraid to give your pony some...
Almost walked right into that one. You dare bring this smut to my Christian stream? That was Snuffy. Snuffy, you're getting a follow. I respect the hustle. Today went by fast with me doing this thing. All right, folks, thank you all so much for showing up. Thanks for all the follows and like my VTuber model, like my mind's going to mush. Thank you for showing up and watching. All right, y'all take care. See ya.
In conclusion, the VTuber trend doesn't show any sign of slowing down anytime soon, as simpler tools continue to be developed that open the doors to more potential talent. The independent VTuber space will continue to grow, and with massive agencies bringing in both viewers and revenue in the millions, we'll continue to also see professional virtual idols continue to be debuted by these agencies for the foreseeable future. Now, it's hard to say exactly what will happen as time goes on. There's some general guesses, yes, but as far as specifics go, I don't know. Because of the live, almost daily nature of VTuber content, things change rapidly. Just during the production of this video, Gargura has surpassed Kizuni Ai as the most subscribed VTuber, despite only being active for less than a year. Hololive just recently revealed a new wave of English VTubers called Hololive Council, and both Hololive and Niji Sanji are set to compete with a massive new player in the VTuber space, as Sony Music Entertainment is launching V, their own VTuber talent agency. There is so much more to the story of VTubers, as this video only scratches the surface. With hundreds of professional talents streaming for hours a day, each of them have a story and lore just as rich as Gura or Kizuni Ai. Not to mention the ever-growing list of independent VTubers that have the freedom to experiment with the format in new and interesting ways. I think it's safe to say that VTubers are here to stay and will continue to be a big part of online entertainment for years. Imagine a VR world in the metaverse where you can meet your virtual idol VTuber girl. Oh god, we're about to go Ready Player One, but with VTuber girls, aren't we? Oh god, maybe I'm not ready for the future after all. So a big shout out to this video sponsor, Warby Parker. As you can see, I wear glasses both as a cartoony avatar and in real life. And I think it's safe to say that it can be a challenge at times finding that perfect pair of glasses. But that's where Warby Parker has you covered. Warby Parker is truly committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Heck, they even have glasses starting at $95, which also includes prescription lenses. The entire process of picking my glasses out was genuinely awesome. So get this, Warby has this program called the Home Try-On. It's a way for you to select 5 frames to test out for 5 days, and they ship you the lenses to try on for free. They even have a quiz to help you find an ideal pick. The size of the frames, the width of your head, the colors you prefer, questions like that. I really like how personalized the quiz is, and how it helps you to narrow down the top picks you want to sample. Do I want to have squared frames like my avatar or not? Or do I want to rock some fresh new sunglasses cause I broke my last pair? Spoiler alert, I got the sunglasses. When the home try-on kit arrived, I tried on the different frames and showed them off to my friends and my girlfriend. Though I ultimately went with this pair. I liked how they looked and how they fit my melon head. Also, really great quality. They blow my last pair out of the water. After trying on the frames and making my selection, I packed up the sample frames and mailed them right back to Warby. Heck, they even cover for shipping, so it was super easy to do. Honest to God, guys, this home try-on program is awesome, and I appreciate how it provides a personalized quiz, a broad selection of glasses, and ease of access for me to find that perfect pair of what I want. Like, how did I not know that this was a thing? It made my life so much easier. So, go hit up warbyparker.com/Saberspark to sample 5 pairs of glasses at home for free. You get 5 days to try them out, see what you like, what stands out, but no obligation to buy anything at all. And like I said before, shipping is free and prepaid for, so no worries about that. Once more, I genuinely like Warby Parker and their home try-on program, and I highly recommend them.